Welcome, everybody, to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees the release of the action comedy Guns Akimbo hitting store shelves, along with the espionage thriller The Rhythm Section, the eighth and final season of Arrow. And Sony Pictures is releasing a Blu-ray edition of the 1985 comedy Just One of the Guys, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in over at Walmart here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge for $17.96. The DVD for $14.96 here. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, and wow, did this bring back so many memories for me. Dude, I used to play Mortal Kombat years and years and years ago. Back when I was like a young teenager. You know, you would pop in the player and you'd start and it'd be like Mortal Kombat. And it was blood, guts, ripping people's spines out and the cool characters, and dude, it was a blast. I loved it, man. And I haven't played it in years and years and years. And when I heard they were doing an animated movie, I was actually kind of intrigued about checking it out, because I thought, an animated Mortal Kombat movie. I wonder how that's actually going to turn out. And after watching it, dude, I was impressed with this one. You guys know I'm not really much of an animated guy. I'm really not. It's animation is not really my thing most of the time, but you know, I'm slowly getting into the Marvel and the DC, animated stuff. I'm getting into that. And I decided, what the hell, I'm gonna take a stab at checking this thing out, and man, I wasn't disappointed, dude. Basically, it's about this vicious slaughter and attack on Hanzo Asashi's family, and how his wife gets killed and his son gets killed and he gets banished, and he is trying to seek revenge on Sub-Zero, who killed his family. And all the while there's the new tournament that's going on about who's going to be superior within the realms, and he sort of takes his revenge during the competition. And you get all of the same sort of characters that you get. You get Sub-Zero, you get Scorpion, you end up getting Johnny Cage and Liu Kang and Sonya Blade, and you get all of these the characters that you know and love from the Mortal Kombat games. And it's so great, dude. I thought the animation here was so wonderful. The voice talent I thought was really great here also. And man, is this movie fucking bloody and brutal as shit, dude. I'm not gonna lie, man. This movie is all kinds of carnage that you have ever experienced, dude. And what's great about it is it takes the Mortal Kombat sort of a game and the world of Mortal Kombat, and what it does is that it just brings it into animated form. And whether it's all the great sort of X-ray bone crunching, like when they hit somebody and you end up seeing what it does to the bones, like that's classic Mortal Kombat, dude. Ripping people's spines out, crushing people, ripping body limbs. Dude, this thing was bloody, gory. The action in animated form was great. I thought the characters were well done. Yeah, man, I had a blast with this movie. This movie is really fantastic. It's wonderful. Dude, it brought me back to being a kid again, playing the Mortal Kombat games. Wow, dude, I was I was beyond thrilled watching this movie, dude. I had really no expectations to when watching this movie, because to be honest with you, I didn't think this was going to be much of anything. I really didn't, but I was pleasantly surprised. And well, let me ask you guys this, because I was looking this up. Is this like one of the only Mortal Kombat animated movies? Because I was thinking that this was a sequel to another Mortal Kombat movie, but that's not the case. There's not many other sort of animated Mortal Kombat ones. I hope after watching this, I hope there's going to be more, because that would be really cool. But yeah, I didn't really see much of any other animated Mortal Kombat ones. Just weird. But dude, if this is the beginning of more Mortal Kombat animated movies and they're like this, dude, I would take it in a heartbeat, man. Like I said, it's been so long since I've played, but this movie, man, brought my love of Mortal Kombat right back, dude. I love this movie so much, and this is great. Highly, highly recommended for fans who love Mortal Kombat, but not even that, but you know, fans of animated action movies. It's really good, dude. Definitely give it a chance. Not bad, honestly. Really good. I'm also seeing over here they have this 2 digital movie package of Sonic the Hedgehog and Monster Trucks. Now, Sonic the Hedgehog is actually coming out on Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K very soon. But you know how Walmart likes to do these kind of double packs of like a newer movie and an older movie. So they have these combined here together for $19.96. Now, I haven't seen Sonic the Hedgehog yet. I will soon. But why in God's name would you end up pairing it with Monster Trucks? Like, why? What in God's name would urge anybody to get the voodoo and include Monster Trucks in there? What in the hell? Unless you really are sitting on a lot of voodoo codes of Monster Trucks and you just need to get rid of them. That would be the only reason why. But wow, man. Yeah, I think I'd pass on that one, dude. Especially for Monster Trucks of all things. Sonic, maybe, but pairing it with Monster Trucks? No way in hell, dude. But if you are willing to wait, the Blu-ray, DVD, 4K is definitely right around the corner, man. That's for sure. Other than that, I mean, they don't really have any of the other new releases this week. I mean, they have all the other stuff, Gentleman, Just Mercy, Like a Boss, Hitman, all that stuff from last week. But the only new thing over here this week is Mortal Kombat. That's it, man. Kind of a shame. I was hoping for Guns Akimbo over here or the rhythm section, but unfortunately not. I thought this Walmart was improving, but sometimes it reverts back every now and again, and I guess this week was one of them. That sucks. But hey, at least we got to see at least one thing. Not half bad. Alright, let's head out. So, I have a thought, okay? I was thinking, why don't they have Guns Akimbo here this week? Or at least at this Walmart, why they don't? And could it be that they don't have it because it has the word guns in it, or that it has Daniel Radcliffe showing off the guns, you know, in like the image? I hate to say that, guys. I really honestly do hate to say that there's a possibility of that. But if you guys remember a while back, there was a movie that came out on physical called Satanic Panic. And you remember that I didn't actually ever show off the Blu-ray or the DVD of that because it never came to any of the Walmarts that I had. And the reason why was because, from what I gathered, it had the word Satan in it. And so nobody wanted to carry it. Or if Walmarts did carry it, they only titled it under the word Panic. That's it. So I hate to say that there's certain words and things that maybe these retailers don't want these companies to have on their shelves. And that might just be the case. I mean, that really sucks, because what about freedom of speech? And just because it has the word guns in it or somebody flashing a gun doesn't mean that it's harmful to watch or anything. It's just a fun time. It's just kind of weird, man. I just found that weird. I don't know if it's true, but that's just my own thought. Maybe I'm wrong, but some of these movies get changed and images on the cover get changed because we just don't want to offend anybody. I hate to say it, but it really is true, guys. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. That's one of the reasons why I think we might not have it, but I don't know, man. I was hoping to see it here, but Walmart's been really good these past 2 and 3 weeks. They put out a lot of media here, but this week fell back down the rabbit hole. It happens. I guess it was a slow enough week this week that maybe they could get away with it, but I would have liked to have seen more. This Walmart, 1 week good, 1 week bad. That happens. I hope you guys enjoyed it, the one title that we got to check out. Other than that, no exclusives this week, at least over here, man. But we'll keep on looking, though. But, well, if you go to Walmart, definitely let me know if you guys find Guns Akimbo. You may find it, we may not at the other Walmart, but, well, we'll check it out and see. Well, hope you enjoyed it regardless. Let's head to the next location and see what they got. All right, everybody. We are at our second location, Target. Hopefully we'll see a lot more here, but I wanted to stay on that whole issue of movies being censored. Because, after I got out of Walmart, I was thinking to myself, I said, what are some other movies that may have gotten censored before? And I was thinking of a movie like Anna, whereas if you go to certain Walmarts, they change the cover art so that Anna's not holding the guns. Okay? A lot of movies that have offensive imagery that is in the cover art will immediately get banned. There is no release at any of these stores. And so it becomes a real push and pull with these companies in what do you do about your movie. You want to give people creative control, and you want to give people a sense of the fact that a filmmaker is meant to be a filmmaker. You put imagery into a movie, you put something on the cover art, it sticks, right? But nowadays, that's not really what goes on anymore. I mean, look at the fact of, now nobody really wants to do anything with smoking anymore in movies. That basically that there will be certain restrictions if they have characters smoking. You want your movie, to be fair, if you're a company, you want your movie to be in as many stores as humanly possible. So if you're a big company, you're thinking to yourself, okay, I want it in the Walmarts, I want it in the Best Buys, I want it in the Targets. How do I get it in there? Well, I got a guy in the imagery holding a gun, and we got guns in the title. How do we change it? Let's do something that appeases these companies so that we can get it into their stores. Is it the wrong thing? Is it the right thing? God, that's really tough, dude. I mean, for me, I feel like once you go down a certain pathway of saying we're going to limit this release, or we're going to change this title because somebody doesn't like the word Satan in it or something, where does it end? I mean, really, once you go down that path, where does the path end? Does it ever end? Is the real question. That's really tough to say. I mean, look, regardless whether you like a movie or hate a movie should not be censored just for the sake of censoring a movie because you don't like the name of the movie or it may offend a certain particular people. That should never be the way that we should be going about this. But I kind of have a feeling that's where we're going now. And that's why a lot of times a lot of people are like, oh, hey, why don't you always buy in the stores? Sometimes I buy in the stores, but a lot of times the titles that I want or the artwork that's on certain titles, these stores just aren't carrying. And I have to, as a consumer, if I want something, I'm going to go out of my way to buy it. And if I have to do it online instead of in store because the store refuses to carry that, that's just what I'm gonna have to do, man. That's just my thoughts. I thought it was really interesting, and I definitely want to talk about it more with you guys. I mean, definitely let me know your thoughts. As far as the releases, I mean, damn, Walmart only had one thing, man. That's it. I'm hoping that Target is gonna have a hell of a lot more, man. I mean, look, I'm actually really curious whether Target is even going to carry Guns Akimbo or not. I really am, because if if Walmart didn't carry it, is Target going to? That's really interesting, man. On top of that, I mean, there was other things that came out this week, so I'm hoping that maybe Target is just going to carry a little bit more. They've been really good this year, man. I've had a little bit more variety than the Walmart I normally go to. So, well, fingers crossed. Let's see if they have every release here, including Guns Akimbo. Only way to find out is to head inside, so let's check it out. All right, everybody, we are in a Target over here, and hey, look, they actually have some new releases to talk about. Nice. And the first thing, and I'm shocked to see it here, guys, is they have Guns Akimbo, the Blu-ray digital for $16.99. Now, why in the hell does Target have this and not Walmart? Like, really, like, what the hell, man? You would think, like, Target being very family friendly, that they wouldn't have it, but here they are. That's why we do the out and about, guys. You never quite know what you're gonna find, man. Now, I ended up watching this on Amazon Prime. Now, when I first saw the trailer, man, I thought this thing is just balls out insane. It's craziness, it's bloody, it's gory. I'm like, what is this, man? I said, I gotta check this thing out. And I said, I couldn't wait to check this out in the movie theater. But it never came to the movie theaters, guys. It never did. Now, maybe it did for some of you, but for me, it never came. Not at all, man. So I was like waiting, and it never showed up. So I'm like thinking, okay, I guess I missed out on it. But I think it might have just went straight to Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. It just might have. Which is strange, because it's such a good movie, dude, and it deserves more love than it got, but that's what you get, man. Jeez. But regardless, whether you're just finding it now or you've watched it already, this movie is so, wow, it's so batshit crazy and so batshit insane, man. It really honestly is. So, the movie is basically about Miles, played by Daniel Radcliffe, and he is this loser guy, this sort of keyboard warrior that has a very mundane life, and he just loves pissing off the internet trolls. He just loves it, dude. And basically, while this is all going on, there's this deadly game out there called Schism, where they take people and they kidnap them and they make them kill one another for survival. And this group that ends up doing that, they end up finding Miles and they want to teach him a lesson, and so they end up putting him inside the game. And it's just his fight for survival and dealing with all the crazy shit that he has to deal with. Wow, this movie is amazing, guys. No lie, I absolutely love the living hell out of this movie, dude. Daniel Radcliffe is great here as Miles, but you know what? Who's even better here is Samara Weaving. Samara Weaving is absolutely awesome in this film, dude. Now, I've started to become a real big fan of Samara Weaving. Like, she's become, like, one of my favorite actresses, dude. Whether it's Ready or Not, or Mayhem, or now this. I mean, she is high up there now on my list, dude. She is so badass. She is such a really badass, intense bitch that you would not want to fuck with, man. She is awesome here. I think the action is insane in this movie. The blood and gore, are you kidding me? They are, wow, man. I mean, they do not hold back, dude. They do not hold back on this movie at all, dude. It's great. I love the bad guys. I love the idea of schism. And you know what, for me, honestly, it's just one of those really great surprises that you weren't really expecting. You think, okay, it's got Daniel Radcliffe in it. It's a straight to DVD Blu-ray movie. How good can it really be? But boy, it surprised the hell out of me. It really honestly did. Daniel Radcliffe was absolutely amazing here, man. And like I said, what's really great about it is that the movie has a lot of twists and turns in it. So just when you think it's going to weave a certain way, it goes a completely other direction. You don't see certain things coming. It's unpredictable at times. And even when it's predictable in a really fun way that honestly, like you're just sort of clapping at how insanely awesome this movie is, dude. It's fantastic, man. I loved every second of it. I really did, dude. Honestly, I feel like this is a movie that's going to be found by people over years. It's going to become a word of mouth type of movie, and it definitely deserves it, dude. I can't say high praise about this movie enough, man. It really is fantastic. But I will say about the cover right here, guys, and I kind of knew it was going to be this way. So you see Daniel Radcliffe's hands on the cover, right? In the actual image, it's actually not that. It's actually him holding the guns that are bolted onto his hands. Here, it's just his bare hands. If you kind of look, the hands look really weird. It's almost like they're kind of out of place, that they don't actually look like they belong in the image. That's because they technically weren't there. The reason why it has this is because in order for this to be released in stores, they had to end up actually changing the image in order for it to happen. Like I told you guys, you change the image in order for you to get the actual movie into stores, and this is one of those times. So this is not the original image, but if we have to have it in stores, I'm glad to show it off here. If you got to change the image, I guess you just got to sacrifice something in order to get it in stores. You know what I'm saying? But you get here an audio commentary. Welcome to Schism Featurette and Nick's stunt sequence exploration. This is such an awesome movie, dude. This is really fantastic. And it kind of sets up for a sequel. No lie, it kind of sets up for a sequel, but I really don't want a sequel to this movie. Like it's so good as a self-contained sort of crazy B-movie fucked up experience that you don't really want it though. And so good, man. So yeah, I do recommend Guns Akimbo, man. I really do. This one surprised the hell out of me, and I was so happy to experience it. I would have loved to see it on the big screen, but on my 55-inch Sony high def TV, it'll have to do, man. Not half bad, dude. Very well worth your time. Definitely check this one out, guys. Then the next thing I'm seeing over here is they have the DVD digital of Ride Like a Girl for $12.99. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, and ooh, I wasn't really looking forward to this movie. I really wasn't. And the reason why was that, I was looking at the stuff that was coming out for the Out and About, and I thought, well, maybe this is going to be good, maybe it's going to be bad. The cover didn't really inspire a lot of confidence. It looked like a very melodramatic movie, kind of boring. But I decided I'm going to give it a chance regardless. And I'm so happy I did, guys. This movie is really, really well done. It's basically about the first female jockey to win the Melbourne Cup. And the Melbourne Cup is this very coveted prize that people try to win in horse racing. And she accomplished a goal that nobody else was able to accomplish, winning this cup and defying the odds. And it's such an amazing movie, a well-told true story that I knew nothing about, man. I think this is really well done. It's very inspirational. It's incredibly inspirational. You get very inspired by this tale, but not only that, but the movie is a very lean movie. It's about an hour and a half, a little over that, and it never feels boring. You never feel like your time is being wasted. It never feels like you're sitting there like Okay, what time is it? Like it flies by really fast. There's not really many dull moments. You get to really be invested in her character, in the family. You get to be invested in Sam Neill, who plays the father here. I think the drama is really well done here. I think the story is really well told. I love really the horse racing sequences that are really dynamic and really fast paced. It never felt boring. It never felt like a waste of time. And that's what I felt like before I was gonna watch this movie. Like it was gonna be a waste of time for me. But it never was, man. I was really pleasantly surprised by this one. Really honestly was. Really good, dude. And I gotta say, Teresa Palmer did a fantastic job here. I think she did an amazing job playing this role, playing weak, playing scared, playing strong. She did a really great job here. Sam Neill, dude, I love Sam Neill. Sam Neill is like, honestly, he's really up there in one of my favorite actors, dude. And he, you know, you know, anything that Sam Neill is in, he always makes it better. You know what I'm saying, dude? Anything that Sam Neill does, man, it just he instantly makes the movie instantly way better. And here, him playing the father, he's sympathetic, but he's hard edged and he's a hard ass at times, but he's very loving and caring. He does a great job here. I think this movie surprised the hell out of me. It's way better than I would have ever given it credit for, dude. The acting is well done. Them telling this true story tale is really good. It's not boring at all, and it had the potential to be. Really well done, dude. Honestly, give this one a chance. If you like sort of inspirational true stories, this is really well done, man, and well worth your time, dude. Unfortunately, there's no special features here, but I will say this much. Unfortunately, this movie is not getting a Blu-ray release. It's only a DVD digital release, which is a real shame because I really hope people find this movie. I like inspirational tales, but some of them can be kind of a little melodramatic for my taste and maybe a little boring at times. Like you feel like, okay, let's get this thing going. Let's not waste time here. This one is one of the better ones that's come out in a while, dude. Honestly, give this one a chance. I'm really surprised by this one, but it's it was a pleasant surprise, man. It really was. Well worth your time. Then over here, I'm seeing they have what the hell? This is Bikini Bottom Bash? Huh? Okay, that's interesting here. What is this about? For he's a jolly good yellow. You're invited to the biggest Bikini Bottom celebration ever. SpongeBob's birthday. Very nice, but it's a nice surprise. So SpongeBob and Patrick are going on a tour of the surface world while everyone else plans the birthday blow up below. Very interesting. Okay. Look, I've seen maybe a couple of episodes here and there of SpongeBob, but not a ton to really know much about SpongeBob at all, dude. But I know people love getting high and watching this, or it's just kids sitting in front of the TV and just wide-eyed and drooling in anticipation of the next SpongeBob joke. Like really weird stuff, dude. I mean, regardless, it's extremely popular, man, and people love this shit, dude. I mean, it makes a ton of money every single year. Merchandise and the TV series, and why not do some straight to DVD specials? Pfft, hell, if you can make some extra money, why the hell not? If you can have fun smoking a little ganja and enjoying some SpongeBob, or just being a parent and plopping your kid in front of the TV so you can have some downtime, SpongeBob is your guy, dude. Okay, interesting, man. Not bad at all. And it's kind of weird actually because Bikini Bottom Bash, it almost sounds like a beach bongo movie from the 60s or the 70s or something. So weird, dude. Pretty odd of a name, but it might fit SpongeBob quite well for all you SpongeBob lovers out there. And then over here, guys, I'm seeing they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge for $24.99. The Blu-ray DVD digital for $17.99. The DVD for $14.99. And that's not it, guys. They also have and only at Target exclusive Blu-ray DVD digital steelbook for $19.99. Look at that, man. Nice. Yet another Target exclusive. They do a lot of these steelbook editions for these. Well, they've done a lot of them for the DC animated movies, and I guess now add Mortal Kombat Legends to the list. Nice. Not bad. It's pretty much the same artwork all the way around. Nothing really different exactly. But if you're into steelbooks and love the movie, then definitely give this one a look, man. Nice, not bad. Now, as I said earlier, I played the video game ad nauseum when I was a kid. But my love didn't stop there, because I remember when the movie came out, the live action movie in, I believe, 1995, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around there. Directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. And I remember seeing that movie, and it was like the video game come to life. And, looking back on that movie now, I'm kind of like, oh God, that movie is kind of cheesy and not all that great. But when you're like a young teen dude and you're playing Mortal Kombat and you see the live action version, you just are like, dude, man, it's like your geek love just come to life, man. I mean, it's not a terrible movie either, but it was definitely an interesting movie when I was a young teen, sort of looking at it and be like, dude, they can make this into a live action movie? Like, that's so cool. Then they ended up doing Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and I believe that was in 97. And wow, that movie was an absolute train wreck, dude. I'm sorry. If you guys like Annihilation, I'm not going to hate on you guys, but oh man, that's not a good movie, dude. It really pisses all over how decent in some ways the first movie was, but it's just not as good. The action's not as good, the characters are not as good, the special effects. It's just really a lackluster sequel. And because it didn't do that well, we didn't really get any other Mortal Kombat stuff, at least not for a long time. And then we get this. And that's really awesome that we finally got more Mortal Kombat love. Now, I know they're actually doing another live action attempt at Mortal Kombat, and I believe it's supposed to come out next year, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I think it could be interesting, but you gotta do it the right way, man. You gotta be a hard R, really hit the ground running, action, blood, gore all over the place, spewing everything, body parts flying. You really need that, dude. And what's interesting is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first Mortal Kombat iteration on film that is R-rated, if I'm not mistaken. Because I don't believe the first Mortal Kombat movie was R-rated. I believe that was PG-13. And Annihilation was PG-13. So they never really went for it the way they should have. But this is like full on, just unadulterated, pure chaos and mayhem and just bloody carnage. And that's what Mortal Kombat needs to be, dude. So, whenever we get that new movie, I'm really hoping that it's going to be R-rated and it's just going to be just as sick and insane as this movie is. And this movie really is, dude. I really enjoy this one quite a bit, man. I was surprised how much I really loved this one, because it was really a pleasant surprise. It kind of sets up for a sequel, and I really want a sequel now, dude. I want a sequel in a big bad way, because I would love to see another film. If they make it like this, then I definitely want it, dude, in a big bad way. I really honestly would, dude. So for me, bring it on, man, in a big bad way. Please do. Dude, I can't wait, man. You get here from epic game to extreme animation, the weapons, wardrobe, and world of Mortal Kombat Legends, the savage sound design, Mortal Combatants, and filmmaker commentary. There's actually quite a bit of stuff here, dude. And it's such a really great, brutal action animated movie that you guys just gotta check out, dude. It's so fantastic, man. I went in thinking that this thing was just gonna be a cheese fest, but damn, was it fun, dude. And God, I hope we get a sequel. I really do. We do have that. They also over here have the Blu-ray DVD digital of the rhythm section for $19.99, the DVD for $17.99 right here. Now, I also got a chance to watch this one on Amazon Prime as well. I've been a very busy guy as of late watching all these movies, man. And I was interested to check this one out. A little apprehensive because I like the trailer, but the trailer didn't light the world on fire. And it didn't get the biggest promotion either. It was in movie theaters, but it ended up really just leaving theaters really fast because it bombed at the box office big time, dude. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's not that good. I still want to watch it. I still want to give it a chance because I like Blake Lively and I've always liked Jude Law. So why not? So I ended up giving it a chance. And the movie is basically about this woman who her life is just spinning out of control after her parents and her family gets killed in this plane crash. But then you come to realize that they actually didn't die in a plane crash. That actually, to be honest with you, there's a whole sort of conspiracy behind it and how it wasn't accidental. And she actually becomes an assassin and a spy, and she ends up actually sort of finding vengeance as a cold-blooded assassin. And watching the movie, I absolutely really enjoyed this one, guys. I really like this one quite a bit. It's not the best espionage thriller you're ever going to see in your life, to be honest. There is movies that are much better, but I like the action here. I think Blake Lively plays a woman who is on the verge of losing it and completely just having her life completely torn apart to then being this very strong-willed, cold-blooded killer. She goes through a range of emotions and she's really good here, man. She's not trying to be the glamorous chick. She's trying to be sort of this hard-boiled killer assassin, and it works really well. I think the relationship that she has with Jude Law is really good. I think Jude Law is really good here as well as the guy who trains her. There's a lot of twists and turns in the movie, things you see coming, things you don't see coming. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it was really well done, man. I really enjoyed it. I thought the action was really good. I thought it was thrilling. There is a couple of like moments that are a little slow in the film, but honestly, I think it picks up really well, and I was entertained by the film. It's a good little spy thriller that I think you guys would really check out if you like Blake Lively, if you like Jude Law, if you like these sort of espionage thrillers. Yeah, give it a chance, man. It's not bad, actually. I was actually pleasantly surprised by this one. You get deleted and extended scenes, action-packed featurettes, over 40 minutes of bonus content. Well, not too bad, I guess, but definitely give this one a look, man. There's been a lot of really great espionage thrillers of the past, but not too many good ones that have come out in recent years. I think this is one of the better ones. It's not half bad, actually. Not bad at all. And not bad this week, man. Again, all the stuff here, the rhythm section, Bikini Bottom Bash, okay? Ride Like a Girl, Guns Akimbo, Mortal Kombat. A lot of really great selection indeed, guys. Not half bad this week, man. Not half bad at all. Pretty solid. Pretty good on target. All right. Let's see if they got anything else to check out before we go. All right, everybody. We are under the new TV releases, and I am seeing they do have the Blu-ray digital of Arrow, the 8th and final season for $22.99, the DVD for $19.99 right here. And let's talk about some Arrow, shall we? Because I've maybe watched a handful of episodes throughout the course of Arrow's run. Even though I haven't really watched a ton of it, I've always appreciated the Arrow character. I've appreciated what Stephen Amell did for the role. And it's interesting with Arrow because he came from very humble beginnings. The Arrow character doing cameos on Smallville, and then eventually being popular enough to get his own show. And he was definitely one of the originators of this whole huge CW world that we now know and are vastly used to at this point. He's one of the more popular ones, and to me, man, it's always been really fascinating, the journey that Arrow has taken, because there's been a lot of ups and there's been a lot of downs, and I think a lot of people prefer the earlier seasons over the later ones. At least that's the vibe that I get from a lot of people. I could be wrong, though. But what's interesting about Arrow is that, from all accounts, again, from what I heard from people, is that season 7 ended in a very satisfying way. People were very happy with the end of season 7. They thought it was a very satisfying conclusion for the show. They felt like it worked really well for them, so why go any further? But Stephen Amell recently, not too long back, actually did a podcast where he talked about the fact that he thought season 7 was a really great ending for the character, but that the CW offered him like a truckload of money, and it would have been incredibly irresponsible for him had he turned it down. So he signed up for 10 more episodes of the final season of Arrow. Good, bad, that's what he did, man. And we got season 8 here, for good or bad. And it's really interesting because I think the fan base is very split on season 8. I've heard people that are really happy about it, that really love it. And then there's a lot of people that are vastly disappointed with it and really felt that it was a very terrible season, that it was not satisfying in a conclusion for Arrow. It felt like it was setting up other shows and wasn't really a proper send-off for Stephen Amell or the character. And I'm curious where you guys land on this. What's sort of the consensus? Good, bad? Did he get the proper send-off? Did he not? This was very tough for Arrow because he only had 10 episodes. It was in the middle of the whole Crisis on Infinity Earth storyline, and they had to somehow fit all of his stuff in with that. I didn't watch any of it, but it felt a little bit of a mess to me. Regardless, whether you like the ending or not, Arrow has had a really fantastic run and is a show that I think really deserves a lot of love from the fan base. Whether you like season 8 or not, endings to shows are really tough, especially when it comes to these sort of CW superhero shows. How do you end it properly and not leave like extra storylines or plot holes on the table? I think with a show like Arrow, I think the journey is more important than the ending. And I think that's where you guys got to come from. And whether you liked it or not, I think you have to appreciate the journey that this character took. Is it completely goodbye for Arrow? Is it completely goodbye for Stephen Amell as this character? Well, he's come out and pretty much said that he's done. He does not want to come back. Never say never, but he wants to move on with his career. He wants to move on with his life and doesn't really want to do this anymore. Fair enough to him. He had a great run. You know, God bless him. But I think, to me, guys, Arrow will always be appreciated for paving the way for a lot of these other CW superhero shows. And I think that's the legacy that's definitely going to fit him and fit this show. Good, bad, like some of the seasons, not like some of the seasons. It's the journey and the character that really became a selling point for the entire CW world. I think it's very fascinating, man. Let me know what you guys think of Arrow, the 8th and final season. Good, bad, what's your thoughts on it? And do you think he'll ever come back to the role again? It's tough to say, but I'd like to see him do it at some point, man. You get 2 featurettes and deleted scenes. God, I wish there was more featurettes here. I wish they would have done a featurette on like him saying goodbye to the role and the final episodes, but unfortunately not, man. But still, from all accounts, from what everybody tells me, it's a worthy show. It's one that people have definitely enjoyed, and it's one I think that people, I think, recommend. But I think go in caution with any of these superhero shows that sometimes not everything is satisfying, but the journey is always worth it. Definitely give it a look, man, and definitely let me know your thoughts on this one, guys. Not bad this week. Not bad at all, man. Some really, really great stuff here, man. Really fantastic, dude. Not bad at all. God, this was a good week. All right, let's head out. Not bad this week at Target, guys. Not bad at all, man. And sure, I thought it was going to be a weak time here at Target, man. I should never have underestimated them. That's my bad, guys. But no, I mean, we got all of the big name releases this week, even Guns Akimbo. And by the way, honestly, with Target being family friendly, I am extremely shocked by that. I was not prepared to see Guns Akimbo. I thought, we've seen other times where Target has been family friendly and we have not seen certain titles. So I thought, yeah, we're definitely not seeing that here. But go figure, man. So that's a really nice surprise. On top of seeing an exclusive for that Mortal Kombat animated movie as well. That's really cool too. Yeah, good variety, good selection, all the new releases. Not bad this week, dude. It beat out the Walmart that I usually go to, and honestly, that's not a hard thing to do, but it's nice to see Target keep on stepping up their game, man. It's really great to see, dude. Sometimes, I hate to say it, sometimes it's good to just go to Target instead of Walmart and pick out your movies. Weird to say it, but it really is true, man. Not bad this week. Not bad at all, dude. Target definitely delivered in a big bad way, and damn glad for it, dude. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's head to the next location. See what they got. All right, everybody. We are at our 3rd location. Unfortunately, it's still not Best Buy, even though one day I hope we can get back to Best Buy at some point soon when there's some sort of normalcy in the world. No, we are at our 2nd Walmart location. Yes, you know how they just love me at this Walmart. Yeah, so I figured, yes, we saw all the big name releases. I want to see if there's any indie titles to check out this week. On top of that, maybe we'll see Guns Akimbo over here. Who knows? I'd like to hope we will. I'd like to hope other than Target is going to carry it. Well, go and at least check it out. All right, everybody, we are in at Walmart here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have that Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of the rhythm section for $19.96, the DVD for $17.96. And what the hell, man? Look at what we got here. We got Guns Akimbo over here. The Blu-ray digital for $14.96 and the DVD for $12.96. Well, what the hell, man? I guess the Walmart that I usually frequent just sucks major balls. Not that I'm surprised, but, whatever. Well, at least they do have it at certain Walmarts. Maybe not the one I usually go to, but they do have it. I'm also seeing they have the 8th and final season of Arrow for $19.96, the DVD digital of Ride Like a Girl for $9.96, and of course we cannot forget Bikini Bottom Bash for $9.96. Oh, can't forget that one, man. But I'm also seeing a couple of interesting indie titles here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have The Assistant for $14.96, man. I believe I heard of this movie, but I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet, though. Not bad cover, actually. The Assistant follows one day in the life of Jane, a recent college graduate inspiring film producer who recently landed her dream job. But as Jane follows her daily routine, she and we grow increasingly aware of the abuse that insidiously colors every aspect of her workday and degradations against which Jane... Interesting. So basically, it's about just the injustices of the workplace and how it's a very male-dominated world and women get unfairly treated and sexualized, and all of the mistreatments that they have to go through. Not that we didn't know those things all already, but see, I kind of like when a movie does this. I like when a movie ends up really showcasing the injustices of the world. Not saying that it's going to change anything in the world. I'd like to see it change. But I think it highlights it, and I think it gives it a little bit more of a spotlight than it normally would. So I'm always happy to really see these type of movies really getting made. It looks really interesting. It looks like a really cool little indie title there. Yeah, actually, it doesn't look half bad, man. It would definitely be something I'm interested in checking out. I always love these type of movies. There's a movie called Secretary with James Spader, and that's more of like a satire thing, but it has the whole idea of how females are treated in the workplace, and how females can sort of turn the table on that thing. I don't know if this is not really satire, it's more of a serious outing, but stuff like that I really do appreciate, man. Interesting. Not bad. Then I'm also seeing over here they have Only, the DVD for $12.96 with Frida Pinto and Leslie Odom Jr. Not bad cover, actually. Not cover at all. Eva might be the only woman left on Earth after a mysterious plague threatens to kill all females on the planet. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. That's actually not a bad synopsis, man. You know what that kind of reminds me of? There's a post-apocalyptic movie with Casey Affleck that's really good. I'm blanking on the name right now, but it's a really great one. And that one is another sort of apocalyptic movie where women are in high demand because the disease has killed women, and men are looking for women, so he's got to protect his daughter. Like, that's a really good movie. And this one has sort of the same feel of sort of survival and being one of the only females in the world, and how you're sort of now considered like gold or a commodity, and you're being hunted down and used. It's interesting. Actually, I kind of like this premise. There's been so many sort of post-apocalyptic movies that it's kind of hard to do something new within the genre. But every now and again, you see something really cool that has an interesting premise that could be interesting. And only seems to be one of those, man. It probably is not a big budgeted movie though. Probably a small budgeted film, but actually not half bad though. Kind of looks good. I would definitely be interested to check this one out. And before I let you guys go, I wanted to show off what I was talking about earlier with Anna. If you can look at the DVD cover here. Now the main cover has her with the guns on both of her sides. Here it's very different. It has her sort of walking, looking very sexually intriguing, but yet dangerous. And it's interesting. Now, the Blu-ray cover has both of the guns at each of her sides, so that it does have that, to be fair. But it's interesting to sort of look at this artwork and realize that they didn't want to put the guns on the DVD cover, just on the Blu-ray. And I'm kind of curious as to why. I'm not saying you can't have different artwork, because it's always great to have it, and I really appreciate it, but it just goes to a bigger issue of what's accepted in society and what's not, and how you can have one of the covers be sort of the guns and the other cover be sort of just her walking scantily towards you in that sort of image, where I would much prefer her with the guns. Again, like, at least the Blu-ray has her with the guns, but when you look at something like Guns Akimbo, it really is sort of fascinating that just a couple of guns, it sort of almost marks it as being sort of weird. that it's unwanted. Like, again, you sort of look at that and you're like, why couldn't they put the guns in there? It makes no sense to me, man. It's just really weird, dude. But again, it's just kind of odd to me, and I've always sort of felt that was really weird. But I wanted to bring that up. I mean, again, the movie's great, so the cover doesn't change the fact that it's a great movie, but it's just weird on what's accepted in society and what's not, and how a simple image of guns can really sort of turn somebody off for some strange reason, even though they're basing it off of an image and not the actual movie. You know what I mean? Just very odd, dude. I don't know, that's just my 2 cents, but definitely let me know about that, guys. But other than that, not bad. Sort of a smaller indie title release week, but a couple of titles not half bad, and I'm glad to at least see Guns Akimbo at one of the Walmarts. Not bad, guys. All right, let's head out. Well, it is a little bit slower on the indie front this week compared to sort of the other releases, but honestly, I have to admit, man, like when I was looking at the Blu-ray schedule this week, I was like, it looked a little light compared to other weeks, but honestly, there's actually more that came out this week than I even thought there was, man. And we've seen, actually, for the most part, minus the first Walmart, which is pretty much a gamble, that there's pretty much a lot of good selection that we've seen, man. Now, minus the fact that we can't go to Best Buy and, of course, can't see what the selection they have. But regardless, man, I mean, there was a lot of really great stuff to show off this week. A lot of really unique and interesting titles for almost every single movie lover out there, too. There's a lot of stuff to choose from this week, even though it may seem a little light. There's more stuff than you might think, man. Some really good and interesting variety, and some stuff that you might not have even seen in the theater, because some of it didn't even come to the theater, that you can now get a chance to watch now. So, honestly, definitely check out some of these movies, guys, whether in store or online. Give some of these ones a look. Not half bad, man. And the stores are definitely supplying the media as usual. And that's a damn good thing. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed it overall. Let's head home. Finish the video. Alright, everybody. That'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And, you know, the more I was really thinking about it, with some of the titles that came out this week and in the next coming weeks, the one thing I was thinking about is that I think it's still vitally important for these movies to be on physical media. I think it's still very important for the marketplace to carry these titles and these discs. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of these films that are coming out now didn't get the kind of exposure to audiences that they really needed to. If you look at the rhythm section, it really came and went very fast, dude. You look at something like Guns Akimbo, which barely might not have even had any kind of theatrical exposure, on top of the movies that might have had a little bit of exposure in the theaters, but then once the shutdown happened, then that all went to the crapper. I mean, I think a lot of people haven't found some of these movies, and I think having them in the stores gives the consumer a chance to really look at these titles again and really give them a second look that maybe they didn't in the theater. I think it's very vitally important. I mean, yes, you can go the digital route. You can do that. But I think a lot of people are still very hesitant on the theatrical digital release window that is going on. Because when movie theaters shut down, some of these theatrical movies that came out, you know, they said, oh, well, you can end up actually still watching the movie at home on digital. You just need to pay $20 in order to do it. And I think, see, some people really like it, some people don't. I'm of two minds of it. I think it's great that they offer it. I think it's really, really great. But at the same time, you know, you're paying $20 for a 24-hour or 48-hour rental, and that's it. You know, and after that, you're shit out of luck. And in some ways, do you feel like you get your money's worth if you're paying $20 at home just to watch it maybe once. Whereas I think with physical, once you pay that $20 or $25, it's now yours. You can watch it how many times you want to. Doesn't matter whether it's tomorrow or the week after or a month after that or 6 months later. It doesn't matter. It's your copy. You can do with it as you wish. And so I think physical still has a place of importance in the marketplace, not only to expose consumers to movies that they may not have found otherwise, but also the fact of now with the movie theaters closed and some of these movies not getting the true chance to really thrive, physical gives people a second chance at that, on top of having the great special features, the high def resolution picture. I mean, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck for $20 or $25, which is a one-time video rental of $20. In my mind, doesn't really do that, guys. I mean, it's great that they offer it, but again, is it completely worth the value? I think physical is better. That's just me, man. I mean, digital will always have its place, and I appreciate it. But when it comes to the theatrical window stuff that they're doing, I think physical has a better place for people. That's just my opinion. I mean, let me know what you guys think about that one. But I do think it's important that these films do get the exposure and the love. And hopefully they get reevaluated and there's more word of mouth from people once they end up checking these movies out. And I think that's another place where physical really does hold a special place, I think, for many people, including myself. But definitely let me know about that one. But again, it was a pretty good week, better than I even thought, man. Definitely let me know what you guys picked up. As far as I'm concerned, well, I got a package in the mail from Kino Lorber. My God, man, there has been so many sales as of late. I mean, if you're a physical media lover, it's almost like, I'm going on Facebook constantly. They're like, hey, sale, sale, sale. And I'm like, my wallet can only take so much of this, man. Goodness gracious. But Kino Lorber had a great sale, and I wanted to take advantage of it. And mind you, I have 4 titles in here, and trust me, I could have had a hell of a lot more, but I pared it down to 4. It was getting a little pricey. But you know what, man? These are 4 great titles that I've never had in the collection. The first title is a late 80s movie starring Matthew Modine that I used to really love back in the VHS days, and it's been so long since I've actually watched it, man. And I've always loved Matthew Modine. I remember really liking the movie. It was a low price, so what the hell, dude. The second title is an early movie with some, like early 90s movie with some really fantastic performances, man, from some really great actors who would go on to do amazing work. Keanu Reeves, Crispin Glover, Dennis Hopper. I mean, it's such a really great movie, and I haven't watched it in years. But the sale, it was too good. I had to pick it up, man. So that's another one, like sort of 90s nostalgia that I was like, wow, I gotta pick this one up. Totally forgot about the title, but glad I got it. Another one is a Sybil Danning movie that was suggested to me by one of my subscribers. They suggested it. I sort of talked a while back in the Blu-ray pickup video about a Sybil Danning movie, Panther Squad, and he ended up suggesting a movie, and I was like, okay, I'm going to give this one a chance. So I definitely did that one. And the fourth and final title is actually a weird horror B-movie that was reviewed by Red Letter Media. And I've always wanted to check this movie out. And I didn't even know that Kino Lorber released it until I was on the site looking at the titles, and I'm like, whoa, they have this? And I'm like, oh, I gotta pick it up. It's too good of a price. So, I picked up the 4 titles. Trust me, I could have picked up a hell of a lot more, guys, but it's good 4 titles, man, and they're definitely worth it. The sale was amazing, dude. So I picked up some really great stuff. So the 4 titles is definitely worth it to add to the collection. On top of that, I also picked up a release from Target. Yes, I picked up a release over at Target, one of the new releases, and I wonder which one this is. Well, it's one that I think is vastly underrated, guys. It's going to be one of these movies that is definitely going to get a lot of great word of mouth over the years. Definitely deserves it. Balls out insanity, but definitely had to bring it in the collection. And that's it. So I got 5 titles this week on top of all the other titles that I picked up for the month. But you guys will not get to find out exactly what I got until my Blu-ray pickups video, which will drop next month. It will show off all of the releases that I picked up for the month of April. And it's been a pretty good month of releases for me. It was not a huge abundance of titles, but it's a solid bunch. A lot of really great boutique label stuff that I've gotten, retro titles, 80s, 90s, some indie darlings. I've picked up some really interesting stuff, guys. So it'll be a good haul. I always pick up really weird and unique stuff anyway, so expect the unexpected. Put it that way, guys. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD out and about videos I've done. Check out the theatrical movie reviews I do with my friends. Check out the Blu-ray hunting videos, the Blu-ray pickups, and much more. If you love movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank all of you guys so much. You're really fantastic subscribers, commenting, watching the videos, giving it a thumbs up. You know, I love doing these videos each and every week. It sort of makes my day to talk about movies and to share my love with you guys, and you guys share the love right back to me, so I appreciate it so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate each and every one of you. And keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. FilmFan108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. And before I let you guys go, I want to talk about a couple of quick things. One, you will be getting 2 videos this upcoming weekend, guys. You will be getting the Hunt review. Yes, I know I was supposed to put that out last weekend, but I had a lot of really crazy issues with my internet over the weekend. You know, I've had a lot of issues with Spectrum in the recent months, and it really came to a head over the weekend, which was really bad, man. It just barely even worked at all. And once it finally fully got fixed on Monday, I was like, you know what, it's a little late to put the video out now. I'm going to wait until the weekend. So the Hunt review will be up. On top of that, there will also be another very special video for all you movie hunting lovers out there. I won't say anything more other than that, but very special video. So look out for those 2 videos, guys. They will be on the channel very soon. On top of that, I wanted to talk about the Vudu situation. Now, I wasn't actually going to talk about this until one of my subscribers ended up asking me about it, saying, hey, are you going to maybe give your thoughts on it? And I thought, why not? So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And if you guys have heard recently, the Vudu Digital Code streaming service recently got acquired by Fandango now. And Fandango has come out and said, you know, all of you Vudu customers out there, you're not going to lose any of your movies or any of the codes or anything. Everything's just going to get ported over to Fandango now, and you can enjoy our service for as long as you want. But there's a lot of people who are not happy about that. They're not, and they are kind of pushing back on it. They don't really like Fandango now's their streaming service. They don't really like their setup, and they don't feel that it's as good as Vudu is. And fair enough, I understand it. However, now you have no choice. Not a single choice at all. You're stuck. And I kind of, on one hand, I feel bad, right? I feel bad because, if you've invested a lot of time and money and put a lot of effort into your Voodoo collection, it's good that it's all getting ported over to Fandango now, but at the same time, this is yet another instance of a company that was a digital streaming service that has now just starting to vanish. And what does it really mean exactly? I mean, there were services last year that went the way of the dinosaur, and when Voodoo was like really the king at that point, everybody said Voodoo is never gonna die because it's owned by Walmart and it's this big digital streaming giant, and there's just no way. Now that's been proven wrong. So, where does the digital streaming platforms go? I mean, look, digital is always going to be around. That's plain to see. It's new. It's at the convenience of your home. It's at your fingertips. Why not, right? It's everybody loves convenience. It's easy. It's simple. I don't have to get my ass up off the couch. Why not? But at the same time, if I'm a digital streaming lover with these digital codes, at a certain point, I'm also a little hesitant and wary. Because I'm realizing, wow, if Voodoo can kind of die off, then they all can. And what does that mean for the movies that I've invested my time into, the collection that I have? Digital collections, I understand why people do it, and the argument I always see is, okay, well, I have a digital collection because Blu-rays and DVDs, they take up too much space. Either it's too much space, and I don't have the room, and okay, fair enough. My pushback to you is that with these digital streaming services like Vudu or Fandango Now and a lot of these digital code services, you can lose everything in the drop of a hat, man, or your stuff suddenly gets moved to a site that you didn't want it to get moved to, or suddenly that movie becomes unavailable even though you've had it for years and years and years. The digital code services are so unpredictable, man. I understand why people love them, and like I said, it's convenience, and I get it, but at the same time, if I'm a movie collector and a movie lover, that sense of unpredictability really would scare me, man. It would scare me shitless. The fact that I can own a movie and then God knows at what time frame it can just all go away like that. That's crazy. That's why I've always continued to support physical media and support the platform, because number one, the main thing here, guys, is that once you own the movie, it's yours. You have it. Nobody can take that away from you. You don't always have to keep it on a shelf. Yes, I keep it on a shelf, but you can always, put your movies in a binder and put the artwork in a binder and call it a day. You can do that. At the same time, a lot of these movies, a lot of these niche titles, they're not coming to a digital code platform anytime soon. I guarantee you. Yes, some of the bigger ones, the Terminators of the world and the Aliens and everything like that, those are all coming to digital platforms. Obviously they are, but there's so many movies that really aren't, guys. I mean, if you look at something like a movie like Jack's Back, do you think Jack's Back is going to be on a digital platform any fucking time soon? I kind of doubt that, dude. I kind of doubt that that's ever going to really see the light of day. Or even a movie, I'll even push back on you, even a movie like The Final Terror. Think The Final Terror is going to come on Vudu or Fandango now? Kind of doubt that too. What I'm saying to you guys, honestly, is that putting all of your trust in a single platform has been proven to not fully pay off now. And now a lot of you voodoo lovers have to move to Fandango now, and really, what happens now after Fandango now goes down the tubes? Will it? It's possible. You don't really know. It's unpredictable. I mean, physical media has had so much challenges and has had so much adversity, and it's still around to this day. Yes, it's not as big as it used to be. Yes, it's more niche now, but there's a certain level to the marketplace and a certain collector mentality that we now have that I think still keeps it viable. I don't think that digital has really been tested as much as physical has at this point. Where will digital be in the next 10 years? Nobody really knows. Yes, you can say the same thing for physical, but I think physical has proven itself enough to still stick around in the marketplace. Whereas with digital, until you really see it being really tested and really put to the test in a negative way, you don't really know what's going to happen with it. And I think that's the unpredictability of it. The unpredictability alone would just really terrify the hell out of me. That's why I'm so happy to own the titles that I do on physical and keep them in the collection, because I can guarantee you that no matter what, I'll wake up tomorrow morning and I'll have these same titles in the collection. I won't have to worry about what a streaming service decides whether I want to have or whether I don't want to have it, or whether they just don't give a crap about me as a consumer. At least I know the physical copies are here for me to enjoy for as long as I want them to. And that ain't a bad thing, guys. I appreciate digital, but at the same time, I think you also have to see the benefits of physical and the negativity and the negative aspects of digital as well. So there's a give and take. There's a push and pull. Who's right, who's wrong? Nobody's exactly that, guys. But it's an interesting thing to think about. I'll just throw it out there. Let me know what you guys think about that. But yes, that's my 2 cents on the whole voodoo issue there. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching so much. Definitely stay tuned to more videos coming this weekend, and I will see you back next week for more physical media goodness. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.